them to pay us all the 25 months unpaid salary to us to solve our financially problems. So please, we are begging them. They should look into the matter with emergency because it's not easy as we are talking. We are pleading with them to do something for us. Currently, we are here.
Insurance there. And it was me be a member 5 million. No ma go tia. Me say I want to go me then the 5 million. I'm me pay or what I pay. First, you're going, walk on me, scam and this time when now going. When you enter Mount Conti, one quarter was there of you. You're quiet, fear, and now man not him, no one for cry. At the abba, they say what is school fees issue. Now then, I what to go. Well, they say what to go for. So school fees is what him, what to show up one day. The 100 for Sika Tiana Fino. And yes, I'm going to home. And yes, I'm going to and yes, I'm going to have grandma. Me bout show, Miss Ramadin, address or Miss Lawala, Miss Low, Titania Masumami. School fees, and I want to go out to Cocono Sodia. School fees, Miss Lawala, Sumami. School fees, so, and Mamma and Matamian Mano, because hospital, Mayali, and yet. Insurance there, and it was me be a member 5 million. No ma go tia. Me say I want to go me then the 5 million. I'm me pay or what I pay. First, you're going, walk on me, scam and this time when now going, when you enter Mount Conti, one quarter was there of you. You're quiet, fear, and now man not him, no one for cry. At the abba, they say what is school fees issue. Now then, what to go. Well, they say what to go for. So school fees is what to show up one day. The 100 for Sika Tiana Fino. And yes, I'm going to home. And yes, I'm going to the and yes, I'm going to have grandma. Me bout show, Miss Low, Miss Ramadin, address or Miss Lawala, Miss Low, Titania Masumami. School fees, and I want to go out to Cocono Sodia. School fees, Miss Lawala, Sumami.
And Rami Quab for mu a bombing on Safety. Banku, Borba, who came into me, the general commandant. I'm penning for say, so when you be Amoasia, Yenya Monocrono. Adia, Mahamayan, Aya. Minty been penning some that Mimi who said Busia Walkro, Minacola. Wama Casa Dachre, Nayanquala, she had the Yama, Papa Nuachi, Ama, and politics, aye, Amamu. And the mood is so fast, so Yammer Wadi, or soon I assume, and Mahama, Yadinyami deeper chow. Median Camacha war, Nansuman Passamana no Baba ye, and Timia Srano, yes, Rano, yes, Miss Adam in Sayam. One ya bibi my one ya bibi my Nasa Sam Mahama, what the Sikani Jananka. What the Sikai, Jananka, and so ya Santa for Yananka. And yet the second Abejananka. Yet I am pet neutron and penenoa. Nana Kufuado. Sika will chato so my queafono. Also, I dear my na krono wanya bibia maye wo makrono no ensiwa no fie sika maye na yanso yatumi ahia nananom amomo so benya dibia no a wono so wanya bia no wo bia ne ho aya wo no ye president ye ahwepa ene kasada ene afutupa ene anyamsoma wo de betete wo ba no ene etimi ekosoro enti yasra no wo fie sika maye na ya nananom no yentumi amaboso eni wo mo achi wo muntumi be ya bibi e wo Ghana yesra no me de menka ne kase ya pane chaw yesra no wo ma bibia mrafam wo fie sika dada e maye yempeni sika no won de nanado de no e de ehia yan ya pane chaw wo fam maye anura me kwa
Let me begin by expressing my sincere appreciation to all of you for availing yourself for this engagement. Your presence here demonstrates your commitment to safeguarding Ghana's wildlife resources and ensuring that our natural heritage is managed sustainably for present and future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wildlife Resources Management Act 2023, Act 1115, marks a significant milestone in Ghana's environmental governance framework. The passage of the Act signals government's strong commitment to improving our wildlife management regime, aligning it with contemporary conservation principles, strengthening enforcement, and promoting community participation in wildlife governance. However, as we all appreciate, the passage of an act is only the beginning. For the law to be effectively implemented will require clear and comprehensive regulations. Hence, the draft legislative instrument that brings us together here this morning. It has been observed that most past policies and legislation face implementation challenges because many relevant stakeholders are not adequately consulted during the drafting stage. This consultation today is therefore not a mere formality. It is a critical step in ensuring that the regulations we eventually lay before Parliament are practical, inclusive, enforceable, and reflective of the realities on the ground. Distinguished participants, this workshop is the first of 4 regional stakeholder consultations planned.
Abaya Sumau, Sabrabe Pamo, Obia said, small scale man, and also Galamse. The Casa is so Galamse, so that be. No, about this because in the panel. About this, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 feet panel. Now, one day, others will let's come out. They don't do it. And you be a Akuma, 82, 82, not you know. Did you come to my head? I know. Did you go to my head? I brought you or this year. Once our team and so on, you could be away this year. Was I a banana? And the first, I like you, Jamas, I do it. Uncle, the near paper. And you are near the I'm going to let you know. The show that we are not branching it here. A branch of 2 and my branch of who we are. Not Niakasamo. And you don't know what to do. A bounce of Pamela myself for. A bounce of Pamo in your money. A 2 to the fair. A 2 to the fair. If you know you are doing it, if you know you are. And if you know you are, to go on and one side of the Kudabi. Name on it. This is what I'm saying. Then when you come out, small scale money, community money, I went to a year as a transfer because some press conference for you. A program baby, your PTC, chief executive. The year no PTC, regional minister. The year no PTC, interior minister. The year no PTC, defense minister. I got the last one, Aquama, president of Republic of Ghana. I don't remember Benito Dramani Mahama. I don't know last one of the Kamano. It's also, I told us, I don't know enough for media. I am a Penina.
If you have a GSK, which may be 50 times, it will be 5 times. Every week, what about 3 times? Maybe 3 times. The Biamba Giska, or more money and one that number for money and pick up Hellos White. The Biamba Giska. It's the idea. Yes, Rabbi said, Yantua man say on fire, so that from Lamakum. Yes, no. If it's a soldier in a buy responsible operation, who team machine for black and white and Kunipa. Now obedience to crowd. Why by operation? Why by operation? I know Obiaton. Again, I saw Omuni Pan now resting. So we now change different. But I'm the end panel. No more two baboons, no more one shot. Again, I saw a claimant on the animal. You're quite one and you're Philomena. No more, you have swum some marine, you have so. And you're doing as a protectors of Bianco Sano. Now, you're mobile for the Galamsas Namujiska. Namu Kunipa. Again, never say, yes, Rabbi, say, yeah, think Pamela Chano, you're young and phobia, so you're just so you need your.
But I'm bottom you now, we are about sure some no more. Bama soon two bottom, yeah, yes, how I told the court. Yeah, boy, and a jow. It is from my dog, no moonlight, name why. As what I said, what chrono, so the Omokan and what chrono. Aye, to be sure. Now, last time your call site, paying for my pay for two from say, across on him. Or solo who saw him on the catch on continue. I think we are can you know what comes on myself, bro? Where I should have found Romuba, we know for by so who saw you never for by said that.
Yeah, the Biomba, and yes, 1 day and 2 days you. The Biomba, your Timothy just got the bomb. Yes, I'm so more Muska or Mwangasa Kumape. And so I'm quiet, no Masaba. I'm a Bazua, I had a baby Johnny. Because so Johnny didn't room. I'm bombing the 2 on the other day. I know Begineso. Yes, Rabino. Yes, Rabino. Yes, Rano. Yes, Rabino. So.
What is your winning Joe about Kessben television? So, and a year what a February or the 4th day torso, a do and crow, or a film you know, any eduno in Simo. Thursday, the 19th day of February 2026. You trust your wedding this year, the punch, you may be in the bro. Our Kessben television, so now for Kessben 93.3 FM. So maybe our TV, and we Joe and Mamma Aqua. We have our Kessben television, so your multi TV decoder and also DSTV channel 364, Gold TV channel 121, Facebook Live, what Kessben FM and our Kessben TV. Maybe I will be able to stream it live. Would radio, so I Kessben 93.3 FM. Wofa Kofi Appiah, mala me yade boy chidom ene enwumre ya yeso free sabre kopese bonondo a be sorry me so ene e won sempi ka emu miensa edi mu akote beja bre na yedi ho nkomo eye 24-hour economy e bra edi samanyuku bonto a e wa fempi mieno ne eduoro na 2024 abato mu no se Ghana me boss nyame ya do no bedi Ghana me so a adwuma bebre na ye Ghana me mo no ye be kono prensa e bi kwa nopa de bi kwa wi de bi kwa anadwo na abaye de homra ekomra sebedwo a aye 24-hour economy authority 24-hour authority a ombe hedwuma no so e ho mbara no afi na mampani Muhammad ne nse ahyase ya e be hyase aye adwuma e be ni komo ne ahwe how is it going to operate? Is there enough money sika ho ya e betimi de aye adwuma yi ewo may budget no afi mu no etisen enwuma ben kra na 24-hour economy ebetimi aya ebetimi abu ama mabunu enya adwuma ye 133 adwuma ba ko eni ku miensa na omo eko imprense efri ho a koko hu nsem wagime na efri na wotwetwe mu no ebepem sabre nyina ene de ekọ western north mantam no mu a koko akuafo bu ho aye kyerɛ eti aban sɛ ebo no aban ateso de omane aban enya adwene ye no nti omatente skoko akyerɛ aban sara so na abɛsen kɔ asen memu nso a omo nso aye kyerɛ bi akasa kyia aban enso wo ho enso sa na enso ene mrahye badwamu na enya agrokra ebra minority ni bo aban sobo so ateso no majority DC for wa aban fa so kyerɛ sɛ koko ho dadwene ha obeto Ghana man so a ye kyichi ni nyina ye fa so a MPP amanyoku omo abreso no eno magu koko adwuma koko rules ene diemo contract of maye more than 21 billion and dunya for Isaac Adongo ekyerɛ sɛ say here be 30 billion koko bod here be 30 billion sana o metime gina won na so ama musika semo ayeye pa nti ebehwe na eno nso ye di ho nkomo abaye ba wa hye se obetutu koko aso adwuma na ma yegina yie no ibedi ho nso enkomo afei edipa bi the petition krata koma mampani John Dramani Mahama say electoral commission dwemtrene na bi di echirefo mienu ne bi omo aye nti no ye hwem na so manabo omo into ade se no memrate no mampani bo echiri koma chief justice ema ono so ye hwemu akrata ode akoma mampani kire se otie kwa edu anipa de be boss ani pay na special prosecutor so ka ho omo no say ensuo bia nim in law say there was no prima facie case enunti nyasa wodo asem call ya na edi asem wo ho ahwe na ensuo nimu a ye sadaje kra nkotra ho ama obato agu ebenum che say electoral commission omo de omo gidi se omo asem yi ano enunti omo ne chief justice enso enya adwen ye bedi ho enso enkomo fa adwen kire ebra 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 so na ye ne ho enkomo na quickly ye ko ebra ne omampani John Dramani Mahama 24-hour economy bill ya wadne sashas ya mabaye law emra no okasa ho ne yentie quickly what the president had to say about this major policy and this Samanyukono and the AA campaign.
Appended my signature. Other colleagues have just appended my signature to give assent to the 24-hour authority bill. This is a bill Ghanaians have been working for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation. It's taking a while, but we needed to go patiently through the process to give legal effect to it. And so from now, we must move from strategy to implementation. The business sector is waiting, Ghanaian investors are waiting, foreign investors are waiting. They want to see the package of incentives that we afford them so that they can invest more and expand productivity and also create more employment for our young people. And so it's my pleasure to assent to this bill today. Thank you. And let me congratulate the team that has been working on it. Our comrade Guzitando and his team, we're very grateful. Thank you very much.
Ebra 24-hour authority bill. Ya mampeni sasa ya mabaye law. Afidi abaye mra ye de baye juma Ghana. Mampeni sasa no ora Guzitando ono na 24-hour authority na ho adwuma na ban e de asenensa ono ene auditor general na wo se na omugina omampeni enche no. This is our first topic ya ibedi ho enkomo awajafo ene ye no omudi dwuma anwumre Solomon Anane Asante Regional Executive Member of the NDC Sabri Wajide Dwa Elha Sarasuna Ishak Che Robe Strategic Communicator Edema New Patriotic Party MPP Perifumi no ena we nche yebedwin sanse mi ho wadwen kyerɛ ba brɛpɛ mo de benya pre na yedi nkomo so no we shall say through so akwaba
mejo so wadia
na ho ye de
obo ade ndi akyɛ ya yetimi anante ba studio ade na ya na samenia
you must be a happy man dim say the ohunu nei you be a wani age if you say 24-hour economy mo bo ho nwom chichi mu nsem be pray amanfo abomochi say afi twam mo hu hwe at long last one penency afi di enyaba ye beboa businessmen any company industry so betimi aye. How do you see it?
My main chair what here for anyway your magic bray Kessben TV any more Kessben radio. The original chairman, I'm a penny John Dramani Mahama, Papa. Maybe I'll be a Yankopon on show. Juma Swa would you bore my Ghana? Ghana for a any asso. NDC and penny for on more teach any bench. Wouldn't I chairman? The original chairman of Guest Two Sandwich, the friend Anakosi. Chairman of Brazil, chairman of Woman NDC Ayakono, I was sentimental. Chairman, I said, you baby, you. Sansen Penny said, you know. On one of the bay Chinese Cotono. Over Sabe me sure say, Uzem Fifi ban and you bear the answer. It's a be massing in power until you are. What the TV on? Or hear me, I saw that mean show. And the bush of phone now. What say? May a happy man and then there be ended.
So
ever since his Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebetena akonwa no so as a president na Ghana for the amambo ni share NDC ensa no development in ema esi no ema me proud first as a Ghanaian ema menya awehwemuni anwoto so sa Kwame Nkrumah say o kan say the black man is capable of managing his own affairs abem is and say now on my concrete Ghana can it be na kenye na keka wo man a omo inflation skyrocket 54 Ghana na kan ye kan ho ene ye kan wo man a omo economy very stable with single digit inflation ebo homo modern the stars of Africa e de Ghana kan ho kan ene say sidi no aye hata na de nim kapa sidi na ye hata ama Ghana dwadefo ehu de omo nye aban ba ye no they say you are proud say we get a report from Bloomberg any other things are the best performing currencies sika ebo mo modern we bibiri mamua Ghana sika de kan ho me nyini pi de na se me betia akonya so man panyin bi baaye na yehu drastic reduction of most commodities enema bo ekofom na de enkofom so stable ejina bebe ejina for a long time Afghana for afi yehu bi ache ti se uwo aban bi a sa na mo pay ema o man na se enijemuli wo so ye member of that party a we mitikoto ya da bia bi na ma na da me kon it's say now it is very we NDC here we are very proud when listen to the media landscape enti enye nenko na ene no icing on the cake because MPP ana yakọ elections na ya promising the good people of this country enche ye kra ye ti one village one down anke no aban bi de bo no safohene magana for to abama no oba beye ya anke nyense Ghana for ko Burkina Faso man sime go sise ko tomatoes because dam no mo ka che say ye it my irrigation na import dry season na ya dofo ye wie no ya sisi kai de ma me se me fengo to dam no me di ko to bo ho kra nyi John Dramani Mahama said there be. Me catch Ghana for say, Monto Abamame. Now, as part of it, no, me the policy be ba the first 24-hour economy. Ninchemo Echeya and say, government would assist businesses. Now, what may Juma in critical sectors of the economy all day round. Because all day round, also mutimane shift. Into to know one work. Nipa 3 beko for 3 times 133 and see it was a political promise it's a quickly about by munano and I'm penny force there be these promises yeah coalition bia nipa ni be the jargon so be go but for the first time no ye who say so man sika sembe ye so man be gina no say nya the protocol find trade surplus which means and niema ye de ko adwaman so ene niema ye kra ba oman mu no de e ko dwaman so no say do so chen de e ba oman mu na be sika sema gina se no be ye yia den de na niema bi a ye betima ye no oman mu ha no wo se ye so nyuma ko bi asene no mo ye sa niema ne ma ye na de wo ha ye betimi adane ani kakra sanse na se ye kopo se me ba yi ade nti na mana ba se be ba ho sanse de beans nya ko dwaman so se ko ton beans no nti ekona kwesi boni so onto a se de beka no fucking price of bia na de ma ya na meboa ba koko bi no yetimi de ma bebre ai betwe di bi wo ha edi bi akwa dwama so na ngwa so nti the critical sectors of the economy no na aban na ehwe na on pese ebe ya de ebe ya wa ne nti wo hyede ya pamfo so mo ntina se ehwehwe mu na mfa dot nsi na yenkuchiri emra mu oden ne yefe nkodan parliament na manu enyini wo ho na parliament njintum no mo mpanyin san na afede ebe ya mra ndi se obi na fia monone so obe ya djuma wo man mu ana obi na wo man mu so paso di se ko remu a wo hu se emra bi tambachi ndi se me ko na se sania ye kan ye no nya sa akra na ti a at least no wo mra bi ebo me ho ban nti ya sam de but nia we aye icing on the cake because ye pese ye ma nipa bi abo ni timo po say obe subscribe to the 24-hour economy no onya gidie mopa say we nye another political promise na mum eye ade a aban no abotimupo papa bi so person de bo man Wofa, I have wondered so many years say adena oman Ghana say la the structure of economy say la ye agrarian economy because agrarian na ye dua say the food in tie na ya cotton na ya dikakra no e was say ye value addition ade na dua bia ye sakra mu de fit bia nyame bo no de kot bia foforo e ho na bo no wo na so man be di here this say ya add value to most of the things we produce and the basic things are you be tired of my more na yem pese you better take the wind out of it over the weekend ye mama baako sector o ma bie I no so here in line with this but them say it's under the Ministry of Defense but the almost court investors in the country I mean no ka say group no was Senegal mo koye den investor kakraka bia bagana ha so ba some more tractors be tractors on mamoa na as part of it no or plant ni bi e was Senegal into group no course Senegal share the model of the plant the Senegal for farmers na kasa how our plant tractor na buy abebo mo na ahwe say ye man kwanya say onya facility ni bi na omra o man Ghana mo ha Ghana akuafo no dodo na no ye ntimi ndo kase because I sika ni aso this tractor ba let's say onya incentives tax waivers and tax incentives to be to produce tractor no at a very cheap price our farmers stand relief into all in all it's a very wonderful policy aiming at adding additional value to our agricultural produce and the critical sectors things we can produce within the country but the overall they say Aban want to create job with the private sector led economy and that is our senior you see describe the 24-hour economy and the Wofa is a good news and bringing to four and some da you catch it
okay mama musa say sisi time wa ye beto aba no na mo chichi mu bebre do you have an idea of the blueprint how 24-hour economy na ebe here idim say already once I see a musisi markets say 24-hour market 24-hour market intimi nye fumu nie manko ane cotton of course there should be some production critical areas ben and as you see a would name say 24-hour economy sector no abai be hwe aye pa so here the industrial sector is a cost of electricity near day ama those who are in already ne kra eso what do you know more cancel betting kania boso ama omo bekum ni ade unim said the idea of how it's going to operate
also and then more law no come to force but framework in there yeah explain it to the good people of this way factors of production electricity energy one penny first one catch here and say they are encouraging people to work overnight. Now, the rationale what say, over Ghana, your population now, about 10 o'clock, now do na ada. Until from 10 up to the morning. Power generating. Power generating no system new. Now you use in Siwa or China pa. Generating ashe. And say companies can they make use of that time no? Normal produce and I buy and encourage you say wow best subscribe to that piano within an now and adrenaline will be use power no the power will be reduced for you. We have explained that. The sign I can say wow best subscribe to the 24-hour policy no. There are tax incentives buying the bamau nti no na e pese be anosem na ye de emra kunini atayachi. We also address the area of security because nipa be kwa adwuma nyumre ye nipa bonfo nti company bia obey na adwene say obey adwuma ma ade ache no government are willing say the environment no obey provided with security again people are going to work be kwa adwuma nyumre 8 bia ba naji government will design a transportation model say be ya anadwo no safety enti all this enema ebubo odin man ye campaign ni nyina no na aban ti abedwako say yem fine tune ni nyina na yem put in the policy form so that obi biara obeka say me solo am wo hai I want to subscribe me who say I am entitled to A, B, and C. We have replica of that in the system already. So in the Free Zones Board, who subscribe, not a member of the Free Zone now. There were so many incentives you enjoy. All the Niama air quaman on it, all the Niama bar. There were taxes I will enjoy. Obia all needs are Free Zone and Clivorno on Cajon. But a dear many a person 24-hour economy a bad dressing. In himself, unemployment has been a problem in this country. And say reduce unemployment. Not just creating a lot of these avenues. The amount can minimum. I have maintained. Say solo nanka mwokwanya anka keje market means in wo. So if I had my will and I was an engineer, because at that time, no person decongest the business center. Central business district. What to decongest it? Because no be any gu kwan ho a aban no any wo mo press. And see the building of Keyetia and na chase can move for. And no more fi be kwai ebe nyina you see dwaba ko pechenkle were very big. Dear be a Uber Keyetia obenya bi at the same price obenya bi ato wa ofi oboase ofi nu odi biase ofi manso ofi samre ne ba o Keyetia obeton wo. Yenya ba ku zime no ye kwan so a ejoso fumesa dying work sepa. Ye na fi dobonso kumawu konongo dwaso ba nyina no sa ade no obenya bi ato ho at the same price obenya bi ato Keyetia oma anameboa eboa kwa also for ba nyina enti the first idea ni say ye mama mo chewie mu edidwa ayede aba ni ade brom they pay taxes and we want them to be part of the economy. Sadia, yam building a decent market. Standard no. Say there were Keyetia Kurana. At least everything a market. Now I encourage the middle class and upper class must go. Because of something is creeping in. Let me see how this sudden everywhere the China Mall. Say yeah, an antidote to it. The time will come. Yeah, because any more motor it's virtually the old Jumia and the bin away. Sure. Until I say a band designing the government came up with the first say, yeah, mammy at the they also contribute to this economy. In terms of number one, Ashanti region, there was such markets, Maku 40, strategically situated. Say the Bayer, yeah, mammy made 50 chibet, Nakayate, near permanent so bomb, no, at least we can solve the problem. But it goes beyond because production costs will increase here. There should be points of sale into market are being bought. At the same time, government have incentives, creating farm lands available for people who want to go into large scale farming under the 24-hour economy. And see, land acquisition will not be a problem because government will go in to acquire very large scale of land for people who willingly want to go into critical sectors in agriculture, like tomatoes, 1 acre, 2 acre. This is what government seeks to do.
Okay.
Now, produce in the bar, and they were the percent amount of value addition. The percent they second kakra, and there must be the industry. And see, government will partner private individuals, both local and foreign.
All right.
Yeah, and see, a comprehensive document.
Okay.
If followed through, minimums are buying, say buy. The overall effect is say, ye mobunu benye adwumaye. Again, ye over dependent on importation because in your marketing ankomai ye betimi aye. Ye kra. And they are saying say ye kra because the cost of production is very high.
Okay.
Government is in to help, and that is why
right.
Young person buy out of some. Right.
So let me ask you, go and buy funding. Na ye di honkomo. Jake, I remember also 24-hour authority say they are buying ADSU. Said they almost share home campaign. From your point of view, who will say Ebeye Jumase?
Yo, Nanapia, may I say, emfa kwan so encha yahwefo ene yetiefo inko be mpesua so sita kwa man bi poso chama de hye nyina anwumre ohene 24-hour economy area take a position that say 24-hour economy na NDC for a promise no hwezi say ho nkrata asem nko ana afi bosomi mienu mi huniti mi hunefo if we say 24-hour economy no ye wo nyuma bi ye di kan dia tum se omo run 24-hour dada so long as say me ton a ye be to na nadwo no mi hia ban no aka chem se me konkoton what you say mi hia ban no aka chem se me konkoton say ye hwe STC a na ye hwe of friends say VIP ni VVIP no and digital platforms abefo kwan faso ye niema eno mitimi fia 24 hours mitimi ye me bia okay so yeah there say 24 hour na there enwuma ni bi wo ha wo mo ye even filling station bi wo grana wo mo run 24 hours dada enti enya de foforo enya special case bia. It is simply one of those industrialization policies. And for the human share, ye aba fufro aba kwa bakoni ye nuabi and the 24-hour economy no womo the kanwasem. Na ohene say ye oman ye security nsem te say. Bambo ho nsem ete say. Say ye ya etewe. A free and say Emra NDC a winning power 2024 hand over 2025 ohene edwa ahyehye pa e wo man Ghana yintimi nkan if retachiman na dru tamale na ko kantamanto na ba a friend say kwada so na ba chese say almost every region edwa wo washi afei na under 24-hour economy ye yisikasi yensisi 24-hour economy market hey mama o body e wo ho ne ban wo use wo security e body e wo ho ne ho ban ansana ye no de e wo ho e ye adwuma na o si wo si bi kura ka ho no ato din 24-hour economy market kra na eja ye be fa ne sa na market na wo sisi no enya dia wo be ye nhye obi nkonkoton ne manacho ye dia ye ka continuously say a demand driven say a nipa beton hwe covered by on say amanfo bi de nose mask bi buy satam ne 25 cities and na fei ye nya industrialists bi a omo ye no Ghana nso so ye nso so ye de ye mani just say obi eton bia na won meboa enti woja traffic mu kra na ne de ma se wan momodia ama economy no entimi anyina se ya ye kasai nurses arrears untuai teachers arrears untuai contractors esu what you say oba ye nipa besa be 30,000 where you omodi what you say ye wenum ne omukura sika no womu na ebe express effective demand womu ndan obeka say o ton ade a me kwakotobi but ade na ebe form the cornerstone no ebe ma what me 24-hour economy betimi aye you are destroying that. What do you say? Number 2, and they say almost cheaper electricity. Oh, any? Hey, yes, and na kufuado ye na Nebukadnezar. Yes, I know mkai. A kufuado ba ye oti domestic yenya ye wofie and you know my honey, electricity. No, what is 17.5%? What is so? The atoso mienu, one more the year in Fidijuma. What is so 30%? I do not go to SRT electricity so Emma, one more year, consume power kesiye pa. Mining companies, steel, iron and steel companies, use electricity kesiye pa so 10%. Or 2 years later, 2019, and some electricity was air cost. Air cost was grano. Yantum said you was it so no. I can pick electricity performance under the Nekufuado and under the NDC from my phone and tell you say historical records any air cost summary and Chirese support 24-hour economy. Look, say 18% plus, no 16% for water, and 28% and they have too much electricity. Meanwhile, let's just say 8% and 20. No, I'm talking about cumulative.
Okay, from take you
over. Will take you over some year. And me market you are 19%. What the guy 10 no be 9. My electricity 28 point something. Me water or friend is saying 16. Afei obaye no or see 24-hour economy ye betete taxes so ni niama. Hey, cover levy o mo de boy apampam sa obedi cover levy na afi. Odi na afi. Odi cover levy na afi no kra no wansan kire de afi no de buy any de odi aye. Odi na afi. Ye de cover levy ni se eko agenda 1111, that's where ye mark is kana ekom. Afi no covered levy no say na munya 2025 e dien and amode ye so o hia so a omo ba ye 1% special import levy yatum now fuel and so over 8% a 1 Ghana cedi per liter meboa again obaye say growth and sustainability levy and 1%. What they call 3%, 2% more. Just check the difference and its impact on mining sector. Now sunset clause and a shame say by 2025 a few chairman and growth and sustainability levy no and be free ho. What muscle what they call offered say 2028. And sa osha ne tax behavior na. You know so enya homeka say Obi or betimi support 24-hour economy. What about the offender say insurance? Yes, a cost of insurance yes increasing. So economy no disincentive to be no precisely the point. Me say offender say best use aye shawma. She ni behavior or behave summary. Next promises are where they or
need revenue to prosecute this 24-hour economy.
24-hour one kasa cost to 24-hour economy $4 billion. Now who says almost chassis na here the cost air to so sa na say go cost $4 billion is what they need to execute 24-hour economy. $4 billion. Now check it. The year 2025, we allocated 0. Now the year 2026, and we allocated 110 million to 24-hour economy authority or 24-hour economy. What you say? Now, Babe run a 24-hour economy. Afia chem sanitary pad. SSA which mean you will be ready. What produce sanitary pad no. Say crano sanitary pad no cost implication crano na sanitary pad no 292 million na enkokon ketenketi a wo promises say obetimi dey boost to economy no ewo wo friend say enkoko a Yembekra ne sika yebe save ne sa ne mane no. Ye no no 242. Now sanitary part 292 million. Nkokon ketegiti 245 million. Extra obabia. Number 1, as I said, Kasamre, yeah, more be incentives go produce locally, so that we don't import them. That's number 1, and then number 2, and they say me share growth area, baby, I would sika kubra, emo komano enyini na manfo enye sika. They are support to effective demand. Ewa economy no wati miyama womo a omo produce niyama ni nyina no. One more team enya amount for atono. I don't see the money going there. One more second promises 1 million coders. Look, what 24-hour economy jobs now one person more creating on the protocol one more say sustainable jobs. Juma obinya ibetia okay kakra we beto tax beto national offense say social security and insani manema. Say okoko share what they want to create 800,000. Also create 800,000 jobs. Now 800,000 jobs. Over 400,000 of that is coming from big push. I am not trying to say it's a big push, And you might any sustainable jobs. That is not an argument I'm making. But majority of the jobs, any sustainable jobs. What you say? And ohine afi boy ho safo hene economy no ayeye. Economy ye untimi ntua kokofo sika mama. Economy ayeye I say kokofo yi omo esu. Economy na ayeye ohine untimintia nurses, untimintia teachers. So media 24-hour economy media said you womo esi no says I'm required. Them say friend say passport office, DVLA, any new one they already know are taking off. Dada. You can 24-hour economy say watching no. You be creating demand near to watch 24/7. Juma baako enipa miensa ye be run shift miensa within 24 hours. Tie for omu tie omu a omu hwe yen ene Wofa Appiah say ya no be di ho adanse ni enko say 24-hour economy no say ade bia ye betimi di aba o mai mu a it is nothing but simply one of those industrialization policies are over the years.
Ishak Brobe and Atanika. So, yeah, not said any busao. Ishak say, when your man said the taxation, insurance, Nkania 70 adena, adieno every ding. Na who say, Adibi away, so some of who here all the time, and you'll be like actual say, yeah, funding. Said the budget no 110 million issue. Is your special fund be a day ebe busu industry sound person we na say because any budget every year this is November and another budget be day how are we going to push this 24-hour economy policy? See budgeted to 4 billion knowing say president academy fear me sir na to me the man no ekwawe
Minia Ishak kasane mani ajepa. Because party are promising 1 million per constituency. As we gain some crowd one farmer. Sani pani fee say omusuru sani biati. Party promising 1 district, 1 factory. Not today. I challenge the MPP. Say no money abem. So sentiment mo monche me factory a omote someone on my list jabi. Everywhere. We don't the jabi buy. On my the list. Omonti me nsi baako. So bejina ha eka se doubting Thomases entimi ya na eye ni say the any party be ye Ghana for no sa na obi abaye nso owura enye sa wose market hihye Wofa Appiah go down in history ma me fa mokwala nya critical example ma wo like Kanechi market our history not almost every year na hye me boa ye be an ultra modern marketer in this current form for so many years Kanechi she bio. And the markets now ain't properly structured. na nkofo no aduane wo mu city ni hapazali no go through the challenges me no can wasem no. That is why in the wisdom of the NDC yem person ma me mo aduane mu no they go through those challenges and you say ye ba mo modern market o mo benya ahotosopa edibia. He mentioned 1 million coders. Me regional manager for Gifek. And the 1 million coders no, ye share Kofi Annan Center no. Partner Gifek.
But before so be call.
And see,
sana be call 1 million coders. Me here market no. Me name this was ni bi wo Ghana ha. Okwa predominantly omo ye Kuafo.
Sure.
Kuafo de no ba na anwumre no obi akoto banche bro ni e pon a. You think say this city bi wa be e wo no anajo umetimi enye nipa enye commercial areas ah sanaju nyina
me no wona call Jabin udu ajesu marketer the boy 10 o'clock 11 o'clock enkofo chekwa ho at the mercy of the weather and a passing vehicle. I went to know the BRC last week. I think yeah weather also na to go slow na me say asama I think say car be kwase wo kwan so me do asi funso there's a market on the road funso market Mata konko kamba edwana ade nyina age saye maame fo no sa emma no na party adwene Ghana fo ho ye de ba eme peskan gu yebotom am ye nyi na de Ghana fo carry no bo mo na ye adwene mo no there is also come nta maka say the doubting Thomases say no one fee say o mo kan nema bi I promise you one village one day so kai bi na ha me pa o ni ewie ye maame na no mu tonsis kai de ma ye ntimi ntubura kra no na NDC de yentesa enuti na yede ba de kan say so yem pese beye anosemti ma yen kuchi mrangu sine nko parliament na emeye mra nti nsemo okika ye ana mo refio mo under the 24-hour economy you say government eba ma incentives your private sector amo guarantees amo protection amo security aban kase no kase wa ye make 110 million since I know say
let's get this one
so on can say obesi one district because every defense district into here that huge money so aban kase me more 50% tax incentive is going to be aban kase my land wa the land has been secured me the social amenities electricity Bange road abeto me the light abaho come and set up a factory na me more tax incentive now, I police for no more home buying so that you are protected. You can work throughout the night. It's kind of mind the blow. Government is creating an enabling environment. In Tomodia, the doubting Thomases. Woman, and your pa air cosi. Yet, see your mom was on Makuma Yomoya. So, what you say, Iron Ross, a fee 9,400, up 6,200. No, Omunda. Because someone said the success of John Dramani Muhammad means say they are staying in opposition for long. And Janka Omumpa yebo no mutirimu a na nka diego. Ba nyaminti eni adwuma din a ban we dia foto no so. Papa ma ban yi metin so na ma sorry o. Aban ya ba ban mu in the history of the Fourth Republic. Ye twa afini akire na wonte one scandal from anybody. Aban we unya proud for Aban we. Kwotwe commission, dia me secondary school na me kira de. The last time we called Chief for Betty be share me pejam me soro. Ukwa akoja ko about 6 contractors. The OC dining hall, the OC guest dormitory, the OC science lab, the OC boys dormitory. Me see middle school, I was a hero. Ye pejam me say NDC. Mu ya banya you walk the talk. Me say ne me na ma me kunko. And now me koto ade wo just why was man bi wo na me to 2 in fact man talk say ni na si 240. And obi ka che ne say akwai papa we NDC ni pa o. The manager works to me. Say John Mahama ya de. And now as businesses we can plan. The 240 was a fact. Now, who do Manyuku we are to bring out an hour day? And your papa John Dramani Mahama Yano, I may be before now. But NDC for me, penny for ministers, Abama Muchemi, Yama way near there, me DC for party penny for. Young Coson so mine Ghana. Nene Ghana for him day. And you miss Sola me chef with yes, him. Your cocoa, dear, who say at least there is stability in the economy. Why you happy? Omo munim say nyama pe ba yen kan say Ghana be heaven to perfection. But this economy far better than the economy you inherit here. He talks about light bills. Now young MP for no money wo. What bet you mind Ghana
na gina so ye at HS awukofie wo do obanya kwa IMF wako kuchiri nkata ama IMF document that every year metal light mu by this percentage na wo ye say we ko tenafie mo say be gina ha na strategic communication officer me ne insha and a light bill akoso 29% ya tuba katuem na wo kosa.
Okay, but that's it.
When you IMF force when you IMF force now. That's it. When you IMF force sir I give you what's that na me ho. But you say Ghana before boss said you be Ghana for IMF ni. All right. Na light bill na gina. Na oman e kwampa de omunam so no. Oman ntwe. Na every Ghanaian you see the hard work of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
That's it.
Over. Say ununu ho. Na say wo sere a. Wana nu ho ununu ho asere. What do you say? Ofa opa yen gugu ni en cheke. Say 2024 near IMF 2024 you reduce your electricity. Na IMF kura ne yi ofred saying na ba na kwahemra na ubusua ankwamfa ba ni ntwaw. Aye kutokra ne no omo kikeka. Check 2024 electricity bo eba from April. I want to even emphasize on demand. There's an amugi. And the memfa electricity bona wu tumono emfa nkongongwo hwe IMF. Me pacho. Dia to so biom. Se also wo hwe ohene. Se osi economy ni nyina no. Ejane ma kakra bi eso na wodi eyesusu dua na wodi measure. Ohene cost of food. Me say aduane bo ebrande dokoro na ye bo note 5 cedis adodanko akufu ado pencil the same dokoro no say o krokoto a either say 7 cedis and 10 cedis depending on the location say wo besanya 5 cedis ne dia na content no yate so say the esi abono no yate so abafo. This is the reality Ghana for face here. It is unu na wo sere mimi hu de ntia maka utilities, cost of utilities, electricity, water, gas. Please. Cost of power, electricity, water, gas. From 2024 levels. Tell me. What do you say? They are all rising. Number 3. Cost of transport. Nancy, one more year, you saw almost to a bonum 20%. Nancy, diverse unions, no. Well, but over the period, no. Said ye na me ko atonsu. Said ye na me ko esreso. Said ye na me tia the 2024. Yes, I'm trying to summary. That's the point I'm making. Yatum is not the same. What you say? Antino sanity. School fees are near no best at 1,600. They say 2,600, 2,500. But what you say? Now hostels grad any untimintia. This is the economy yetimu. What you say? Economy says see ya ye kasei mi unu economy. For I take it to the streets almost demonstrating.
Okay, you remember how?
What you say? So when in Koma affected Nipa on daily basis, say on your hand on cost of food, cost of transport, cost of utility, cost of housing. What they say? Yes, I in a woody old Munyamphobia was Sylvia now Timon. The other Danko housing who could hide there near the budget 2024 and they implement him. Enti mimi unu dientia mini akuma solo betna ha shene batakali ekunkon ekasa akanmani wa yeyada yeda tani ma we say na amamfo related directly.
What you say? I was here for the punch and I will share our Kessben television so the Sheikh Ishaq Grobe and I feel Solomon and my message ne kakra. Then we move on to the cocoa sector. There are cocoa economics and also ekakra. Hello, good evening, Mr. Host. I'm Dave from BNE. I saw how our old women were talking. Clearly partisan speech and Miraka Bwaji miss speech. NPP never again. Good evening, Wofa. I wonder why these cocoa farmers are talking too much. They should sell their lands to Galamsey buyers so that they see and feel real money in their lives. If they are waiting for increment from government, then they should forget. I'm Ajman from Apatrapa. From Almighty Crocodile, the incoming communication director of MPP Nasante Achimno. Wofa, good evening. Ghana is in the wrong hands. That is why all those hardship. Ghana needs Dr. Baumia now. Wofa, good evening. Just this week, Blue Water Gas came to my daddy's site, took a sum of 5,000 Ghana cedis and left. Some of you journalists and some fake prophets will send NDC back to position. Ramsey Wasajapa. NDC and JM cannot even explain their own policy. Okay. Omeje offer a iska. From Rashida Security Zone, God bless John Dramani Mahama. The 24-hour economy has come to stay. Good evening, offer. I'm Okateche Frifaduku. If I may ask, when the parliament is going to work 3 shifts, when the parliament is going to work 3 shifts in parliament? If so, we the Ghanaians need another 2 sets of parliamentary candidates to join this parliamentary team to run 3 shifts as 24-hour economy, because parliament also need to work 24 hours. This is so funny. Good evening, Mr. Host. AZB is my name from Gos. In fact, 24-hour economy is King Kwa. You market. They should rather pay cocoa farmers. Over President Mahama has told the cocoa farmer to shut up because he too is a cocoa farmer and deeply affected. Now, for the president should tell us where his cocoa farm is located in the country. Ula from Agona. Good evening, Ofa. I'm a friendly lecturer from Bakok So Estate, Kumasi. I keep on stressing about the need to unite as a nation rather than being partisan to be able to develop the nation. So we must embrace the 24-hour economy and pray for the sustainability of it to be feasible, to help curb the alarming unemployment situation among the future youth. Greetings to all members of my church. Okay, Golden Boy announcement Ponting. Let me greet Chairman Anakwe Siofa. It's good news for the Ghanaians. First of all, let me congratulate John Dramani Mahama for 24-hour economy. Then the 24 hours has come to stay. Fellow Ghanaians, this is the time of 24-hour economy. Finally, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama signed a 24-hour economic bill into law. So the NPP communicators and their so-called serial callers has no message. Okay. Good evening, Ofa. This 24-hour economic policy is a shame policy. NDC used this 24-hour economy to win election 2024, but barely 14 months in power, we haven't seen anything. They promised us about those 3-shift jobs, so they should give us a break. Atasifa from Secretary Duma say, 24-hour economy is 419 for John Mahama and NDC. Ghanaians will see John Mahama's true colors. This is coming from John Mensah, organizer of MPP in La Côte d'Ivoire. All that the government has spent money on 24-hour economy is waste of money and laughable. If it is only in Ghana, which is not a serious country, people celebrate what the government has done so far on the 24-hour economy. We are celebrating a policy just on paper presented to the president. Whip my beloved country. Kwame Edifri Takwa Edebaye. Teacher Eric Ekuhi be here Sigaman so atreso. Before implementation of a 24-hour economy, departments such as nurses, doctors, police, soldiers, prison, mining, and many more. All these workers are running shifts morning, afternoon, and night already. Now, what particular department or sector are President Mahama and his NDC government going to implement the 24-hour economic policy? John Mahama is playing with our minds because those who are already working are not receiving their salary. John Mahama promised to increase our salary now. He has reduced it from 24% to 9% increment. And they consider the light bills, water bills, security, even looking at nursing teachers for more than a year. They are not being paid. And we are talking about 24-hour economy. KK from Accra. Over good evening. Under John Mahama's part 1, the Guinea fowls flew to Burkina Faso. This time, the Nkete will fly to Nigeria to feed the Boko Haram. And this is a scam. Ghanaians should wait patiently for the Messiah, who is Dr. Baumia, a Homo sapien prophet, and so a free a buyer. Okay, teacher Kujo from Tepena Susu. The whole thing about the 24-hour economy is a house. No president can force any company to open its business 24 hours a day. All companies operating 24 hours depend on demand and supply. Period. Former President Nana promised free SHS, and 6 months after becoming president, we all saw it come true. Please, Ofa, tells Solo to stop deceiving himself. And as all, greetings to Chairman Odenho Kofi Appiah. Okay, my kind last one now. You met to us. Good me over. When Mama started well to convince Ghanaians for his initial third-term agenda. After his own party still opposed to his agenda, he's messing up. DMB is our hope come 2028. I'm teacher Mboma from Dompa Lakeside. Why the Punch? And I also here on Kessben television. So our multi-TV code and also DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 12, and Facebook Live. So about Kessben and our Kessben TV. Maybe I will be able to mention me. South and Cow Kessben 93.3 FM. So have you heard the cocoa economists? Madam, you hear Western North for IHRN. Obesin ko asenso a omonso nyina eka kuafo no se ebuo na yate so no de omone aban enya adwen eye medofo adada me na demonstration because let's listen to what they had to say, some of the placards and what they said.
To Obama is 8,000 and now 7,000. If you ask your percentage, the deal when you say you have for the movie and goes to an goes to a big goes to the percentage now can when you blow. Say 1 + 1, you say 2. As a midnight, we have a school. We go and I'm the shaman. They say what to go on the sono. They say back on invest me 50 million. 50 million. I can just say I'm in July. Madam, I'm in Nimsa, Mikoko Sika, or some edition. I want to go in sweet. They say, I am a first Sika, not in fashion, and we ain't one we ain't say about Pokra. What's your purpose? Say, I have 2 years Pokra, the I budget. Say, Obian, say, we are made the media create me the big one, Jamaica, Hamedine. They say, I want to tell someone, a better day, Naya, Sky, and I was a day. I will forward the term what someone answers
farmers especially. Petition by cocoa farmers in Western North region to the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board through the Regional Manager Cocoa Board Western North. We, the cocoa farmers of Western North region, gathered today at Vigilance, respectfully submit this petition to the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board through the Regional Manager. We are law-abiding citizens and hard-working farmers who contribute significantly to Ghana's economy. Cocoa remains the backbone of our region and a major source of foreign exchange for the nation. It is therefore with deep concern and heavy hearts that we register our displeasure that the recent reduction in the producer price of cocoa is woefully inadequate and a bad example and precedent to start with. Our concerns. Reduction in cocoa price, the downward adjustment of cocoa farmers especially.
Asam na waka no ame pa ya chaw no ntwensan
amambo anya sa na ebuno because akofo ado pensu bisi kwakwaje bosi aso so tua kwafo ne ka na nkwa de wo ye incompetent na
nana do abai what to my 31 million what to we ya what nana
demonstration here course so Western North and Kukwakuyafo no edie e bra demonstration course so the comrade sabadwamo a Parliament and the Honsu Huru the name for Dominic Nitiwool, or also sorry, Jinai, was say cocoa a buona by Atasono, a wickedness against farmers. Quite a buy a dear queer for first one dear. A buy it more dear with dear queer for pa. Yakoko tear the Dominic Nitiwool kai. We are a tear for Isaac Adongo, and also traced the mess that the MPP created. A Kai MPP for Boku or no. And I'm at Cocoa Board, Abedu, baby, at Edre. Now, you be here about $30 billion, 30 billion cedis rather, and Sana Cocoa Board assigned agent Nasubio. First, Yente Dominic Nitiwool, his submission in Parliament on this cocoa reduction. Yawakidi say, Abeng, any acquire for any year, say or take cocoa bono eso. Listen to the
Government should have built at the cocoa farmers. It's not the first time that cocoa prices have slumped. In 2000, the cocoa prices slumped. It got to a point that Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and I think Brazil wanted to actually ban the cocoa beans because they had manufactured synthetic cocoa, which looked like our cocoa. You know, it looked like this. And so the world market price slumped. And Ghana and those, they took the decision to ban so that they will have less cocoa beans to drive the market up. But even that Rawlings regime refused to reduce prices because in our history it has never happened. Never in our history that cocoa prices have come down. It's always until recently it's been the highest foreign exchange earner for Ghana. We sell cocoa and bring in dollars to help us stabilize our currency. Until recently, the gold is catching. Gold has overtaken it. Otherwise, it's always been cocoa. So cocoa farmers have always been treated specially. So you cannot and should never attempt to reduce their prices. Build them out. 2, in 20
for Isaac Adongo, and also Ekasafa Nahuko Sam. Say a car, a banana bottle, cocoa ball fruit swore, and no, and I might be a bit better. Take care for it will be car, a horse boning in Ano, Yafanswa MPP Abandadano.
Cocoa board net loss increased from 283 million to about 5.9 billion in 2024. This is Debia Mboka. From 280 something million. You are hoping that it will improve. Then you wake up and it is now 5.9. If you don't stop this bleeding, 2026, cocoa board loss will be heading towards 10 billion. And I don't think that is what we want. That is some people's money that is lost, and we need to make sure that we address that. The government support and debt absorption measures that the government acting through with the agency to resolve the cocoa board's financial challenges are all meant to make cocoa board a much stronger institution that can better support our farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, the reforms would include legislative reforms. A new bill will be brought here for us to fashion out cocoa board that is fit for purpose. And we do believe that when it gets there, our colleagues who are always praying that the NDC fails so that they can have the wildest dream of ever coming back up.
All right, we any the minority side of my views. Ewo cocoa board artists on the cocoa board sector no said the Juvano tie. Check my mission say through so. Cocoa politics and I say economists as they say yaka ho asem way. Abai na church tie was out so. Most of them said there be abani okuafo any ye. What's your position?
Ohene me da say. Me ye search brantie. Na udru sechere banko a asantimanya oba musician star bi ye friend Rama Bedu ne nyom ba ko na me de pa me dofwa dada mi o me dofwa dada mi a and dizia dada ya kokoyen kokofo sum ana mi suma wo mo no ohene emfie bese die wo honi kokobo aban enhye ebo no emma afe no kra no afe no nso na wasaba wababa beteso na die huni na idie ye bompa yesi ye hunu ni biem ana ensam nso a bata ho nso no tan oyine ye wura opuni ofri cocoa board no na kana ye wura opuni ofri cocoa board no na yakwakwa jis cocoa syndication loan $1.8 billion. See they talk 850,000 metric tons of cocoa. Na yatimia ato 500 emu 350 no e kwa benso ne ewura gbahedu ofan ya utimi ebomodia enye sikatoy sikane de asan cocoa 350 no esese ayina na kufuado aban ye ewura gbahedu e Minister of Agriculture say episika no auditor wa ma me kasa wan kasa yewura Randy Ambe NDC aban offend saying yewura Boahin Edu Ghana International Bank $500 million and then you need yewura dongo onka and we no account to Emma Cocoa Board for $500 million and we to account to mu and then you need omo enka Cocoa Board first 4 months 2025 no one making $1.8 billion for the whole overall year of 2025. No, $3.9 billion. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? You see, I feel no say, oh, your price and perform and all of that. The reality is that, say, you can't price cocoa a boy a German so a bayan ne pencil. A cost of NDC $13,000 per metric ton. Now, all price cocoa na potokasem, yes, the average price no the cocoa cocoa see nafi no nafi what the agina so na what the price cocoa no. Oyene the year can summary year Randy Abe and Raya di cocoa so 8 billion Ghana cedis. And was spending on Hosea, I mean, no Casay. If you were Timu were renovated to win to say Arabian king, you're around the Abbey Fiotimu. Cocoa 4 yen Pia or Moka, Jom Coco yen Pia or Moka, near the Cocoa Bodisica, air talk cars. 110 pickups, 4 to 10 of Land Cruisers. And this kind of air. Yera Randy Abe said, a kada ho. Rollovers ewo ho. Wunim say a German so no a bonnet to be costro it to be perform. And I do promise normal positions and bomb 7,000. And I'm going 8,000. And I'm going to promise them 6,000. Hey, politicians, you're very careful. If you say I'm here, now a man for no tears so to in your baby now. When him say cocoa sector no e buono e German so e nyina fa ko e kosoro kofom. When him say cocoa sector no over the years yetimi nya eka we say cocoa roadside and now say ya to cocoa ya supply bi aka bi ya fe ne de be ko. Sanyama we niema e ho dada. Now the chairman suru kra chairman suru kese de say. What the enfan say wo opposition. Enti said the omo kan no political talk. Amanyasem enkasa basa ni bia. Wo ba ye wa ba be hunu enwuma mu de wo mu nyina. Seka wa hunu. Sesika wa hunu. And now the Danko Kufuado the no man so say 3,100 no dia call 3,220. To more there's 120 and now 124 pay. Oh, now fay almost how much be 3,600. Tienio Yan fan said na unya mind na hunu books no we de waba hunu books no na say price no e kosoroba fom na say sebi producer mo adwene a mutimi de dwene e wo koko no ne sector no ne nsiesie mu a esese unhunu ekwan a obefa so a onko ma ekuafo 3,600 na esubunani ukojana tumse afi de watebo no so what be that hwe me papa afuo na kete na kokofo no sika na wo se wate so no wono wadi awie o waje bosia na papa bi wo ho me money din na ono na ebo bosia na na wo betua wo tua ni mpomani wo je 5,000 10,000 eba would you 20 10,000 would you 20,000 eba obi wo ho a won timi tua da fa ye hase ne yati koko ne aditua na wako man bo 6,000 sorry 3,600 na mfimfini wa beka chen say o be man 2,500 yeah rounding it up na nkomo no entimi enye de when dear yeah tititi no yeah around the abe wo ho na se sabi mpraduasa se cocoa board enya nka so obema cocoa board for sponsor English Ghana Premier League se omunisika na obeka se amanfo be World Cup obema cocoa board na sponsor yewra dongo kotokani eno woye what you say when die etwa me nsuru mu kra kese pa kese pa
last one
any a queen on faswa or more crackers a solve cocoa sector problem. I'll mention two. I'll deal with the rest in my next session. Deregulation. Say cocoa buono kosra sikana be kosro eba fomwa ye beto so ejina ye be managina cocoa sector nyesa na run cocoa sector pricing. A guaranteed price over the years and the farmers. Guaranteed price near the farmers. Share with him and your own person cocoa sector a book complete. Yeah, Ramahama say, yeah, Baba Tumwa to the sense of Obian Copec cocoa as no, because you're Baba Tum. Why a individuals and crank the do cocoa or Ghana. And this is sector no onya eboa aban e de betoa e beboa no na kwakwa say onya certain e kosoro e beba fom e betimi agina e dia hwan ne krasika wode kwakwa wura sa sector.
All right, but that's it.
So that deregulation solution now omode ba ne de and a disaster cry e be kill cocoa sector in the next 5 years.
That's it. So say automobile for that.
Medical catcher say John Dramani Mahama mama mwaye fe. Enti we the MP before on to nam dan watomrebo.
Down.
No de akuma na adwa. So mo pa ban ni bibi. Ana afini atire. Omo atwehwa omo nya bi. Ana koko nsam aba. Sika omo wonya omo de sponsor nkofo so omo nya demonstration. Na demonstration na wo kan ye no. There were people in the queue. Omo said the amount 250 Ghana. Oh yeah, people in the queue. Almost say more 250 Ghana, and I'm so demonstrating. But the MPP Ghana for the moment. Say me can't see me. Koko for mommy can address some face. NDC, you will need to see mama pa na wo ye chimu pono. Ye pese koko kwa ni bi adi. Aba we nya aban a ye betu koko kwa for ase. Maminka wa ha. Say, a fee, a buying project here, see a better cocoa 650,000 metric tons. You can't to move 530,000 metric tons. First 500,000 will be a piano car 3,600. 30,000 or 50,000 metric tons now, but that's all. A buying say, what would you cocoa? Come on, cratch it. Ah, cratch it, dear, ma will crata. Sassicano, a buying a trouble that I know. I had 3,000 and an amount. Sikano aban ayi 854 million. Say obia nkoji sika. Ti koko kwani awuche me ne. Ah koko krache ati ukoko. Na o ka se sika ni wo. NDC aban John Dramani Mahama dano. Waso di sikano ama koko krache na oton koko ni ma ho no. Kona koji sika.
Obi ba.
Ye eto ho bia oni say. Kakra na aka ofie. Ni koko yente no prekope me mase do koko until I wa reme ote a edi kan ba bum 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 na de ko nurse wote nurse tinya omugusu a omo wote kakra ko kakra na ban say yes rabu say bebi edu no ayedi sense koko we dwa mo so no abafo ye ne mu didwa na ye mpese koko kuani bi eni be nsabe twa kan ne ni be twa kan nsam semi do yanto enti adwebro yente bo no so kakra na ebo hye wo ho ne say koko bo no enyina faako enti 2580 ni enka ho ebo no course ro a mo bodada no wode beba mo aban we ya ban a odwe ni mafo mi ka say koko kwafo nim say NDP aban fertilizer na 800 Ghana cedis. John Dramani Mahama aban omako go for fertilizers. Enfodi amudi ye adwuma petrol motogu motoburumu ebomochi. NPP tam na yutwa mene. John Mahama aban mudi adanse sabafo. Yen kasa ye heaven. But ene ye krafo kasa. Ni asre krafo. Said the MP before ye share politics. Was it a day? Cocoa guaranteed. Me my economy so. Me a science student. I'm not me school. Omo catch say. Open the safest ejadie any abaya kodia. Koto treasury bill and out of bonds.
And air is free.
And air is free. Yes, so some catch no. Yes, some catch no. Into obian sika. Cocoa creating don cocoa we are. No akoto aban treasury bill. For me that chinti. Cocoa creating don cocoa we are. No akoto bond. Me that chinti. MPP abani John ene na Akufo-Addo ne be mi apanyi oche hai agye kwafo sika eko di emomo haircut sesika no muntua John Dramani Mahama tikese na etwa sabo na ebrebe na MPP abani be do kwafo ebrebe wan se nya monyo so no mo ya ebrebe na ni mi blemu mi am NDC na me fi se John Dramani Mahama se wa occasion forensic auditing kro no akoso Cocoa Board wo. And people must be brought to book. It says a Bonnie MPP abanye di or my Ghana. I know what they do. Mami, just one example. We know say only do sir. Me see that the day I hear, but here I work. Me mama. Say esa say Cocoa Board projection. Nti tumi koto bottom na ye Cocoa gum no. Na ye to a ye nto afba ko de. Ye to de betwe try be mfi ni miensa because ye mpese short bia be. Dey ye to 2001. What for how? 2001 there toye besine a big stores 2021 sorry 2021 there besine a big stores a big wo ha ye betuma use no afi ena empo afi ayeba tiayo 2022 wo mo klase de tienie egutema port ye nkoyi ye kokwe kwefo sika 2023 wo mo klase de tienie egutema port ye nkoyi ye na de ya money pa we ni pa bonifo etimodinfo enwini Ghana ho so mo ba be wi Ghana be bo man and he said 4 days to election 2024 MPP about my letter of credit eka Cocoa botono $48 million tiayo abra Cocoa botono ye what 2022 de gu porta ye nyiye 2023 de gu porta ye nyiye what's that the $48 million can be 2024 since come the election go dominion but when am I be twemu not the Tanzania be boni bia no abani ready let me address a critical issue or see omoba MPP back ane no na eka wo ho ene me no wo ho ye wo eka ufa company bia ye wo asset ne wo liability usika wo ene ka wo ene ajapade wo ene ka wo de ye kambo mu a se ajapade na wondo chenka wo de a na se adwako no e fancy usika NDC ye fra bam na Cocoa Board na okaboma na chese sika wo ye beto ye ba ye every sector sida de be o say nei emi de pass MP ba ko mo MP ye busan say say MP before na ka say 500 million be the bank abrochire can you confirm or say I cannot confirm because I don't have any document to that effect ene kwa de da ho enti akwafo yes ramo eye usual monyosam abanye betina so di nkofosika o jikotu mokura madi na maade yesika di ma MPP so for go madi nti party wenye obi aka ankan hame mini ai ofa se wo na wo kan se moya ankan hame o isaka na bam chief justice eko pikete wo hu boni bi amfiri hu on de kan hame nti akuafo yesere mo eka nti de be kaka no mo aban di kan to mo mfudie aban so bi anko gini sika inti so abai for your good
so
okay
ona memrem kakra kwafo bi ba ha
yes boss
ebi de om ko ma koko krache
Sika no wanje
sika ni honti no
wanje
ojigu ho ba wa ma omo receipt
wow
wo so koko krache kache om say sika might mo fanko fie sankrofo di nyina say omo ntimi enjoy old price
ehoni because mate sankomo we bi e say do mre bi a na koko akuafo no so the pressure ma kratifo no so mpomu siga nti kratifo ndi omo mpo omo asem e kan say ene brebra ma amane ama say menje ya o medam beka na ɛhɔ no ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ a yɛbɛtumi adi ɛsiane sɛ na ɛyɛ floodgate wɔfa meka sɛ floodgate a deɛ sɛ ɛbɛ distinguish between deɛ ɔde baeɛ a yɛangye ɛne ɔwɔ afa ma no ahwɛ obiara de ne deɛ ɛbɛba nti ɛhyia na yɛsɛ akuafoɔ no sɛ aban wei ɛwɔ nipa ma ɔmo na he talks about deregulation ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ a yɛndi because deregulation ɛwɔ pros and cons yɛka sɛ pros and cons a ɛwɔ deɛ ɛyɛ ɛne deɛ ɛyɛ wɔfa ɛmra NDC yɛhyɛ bɔ kokofoɔ bɔ no sɛ sika MPP for the to koko no ɛyɛ sisie wɔfa saa brɛ no na ufa koko no 1 ton bia ɛwɔ mu 16 bags enti ufa uyɛ analysis no ufa dollar to cedi ratio that time dollar na 16 cedis ne to koko 10,200 wodwa so uyɛ analysis na koko boto bia na yɛ 9,200 cedis koko boto and an MPP more 3,100 into ono koton koko now wafa in excesses of 60%. Ni nyina mu no na omu koton afi bi omboka ekefo mu jemi eba na koko ne 9,200 na omo 3,100 no afi bi aso omboka and this abansi da bi eye kro na mu ba akuafo esa say 9,200 there say e ka say mu akuafo no 60% a tie I've listened to me they will be all anti nkomo na ye kan ha na akuafo mo santie me bio MP before wo mudimu edimu se koko amobedo no ekoje bosia chinchirinchi eka kire abrofo ne say ombetia mo koko 850,000 metric tons na afini so ye no omo ntwen deliver koko no ekamu over 300 plus metric tons na sa koko no omo ko sign contract na omo kan say bottle bia ye 2,600 no mo de betua. That was at the time. Yeah, price at the time. 2,600. Etina ejaman so. Se koko bonu kodu 10,000 kra. Abura MP before the gunti. Ghana buying to koko no mo 10,000 na. Or the kodi 2,600. Asemo ye kan wo he. Enti make say ebia wonu pros and ebia wonu cons. Akwa se chacha yetu ya. Utumi na dim. Na watu na wanya. But any say aband ye ka cha mo say koko boko 9,200. Ghana Kuafo, ye bema 6,000. And now make us say, cocoa boy $4,200 per ton. We are analysis now the bag is come out. Sika had the banner. We are paying close to over 70% to the Ghanaian farmer. It's one amuka percent no. And this individual kasa looking at the current rate, so said the mamo. But here now, and this is not and this near party that Kuafo because you muno. E wo kwafo be wo NDC ye mu party me ye enti munya rehemu e wo mampanyi Dondoromani Mahama mu na munya nkofo bi anapai almost ma po yando ni na busuafo so mo mra mu fuom na mo musika na mo wi aye no o mo san fa mra mu bi na mo fa nye demonstration cha ban Ghana ban ye ba se be tekere nkofo bi tiri mu pono ma dwum se o man enjingu o man ensei eniama pa mu enjoy eniama pa eba no aka ensei na yemfa mamuo ne mese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia papa na wo bo so ye economist economy ni digu ya fro say digitalization ma no enye nko ne ko ase Ghana for mu wo gidie mapa e wa ban we mu na ye se mu bo say we will deliver. Okay, we will deliver. We are in a storm. Enter over. The Tobias and the Sambalat. Enter right. We will deliver over to the good of this country. Over.
Check with 5 minutes.
Over my platform here so far. Enti mini yakuma solo. Nkomoni bi wo ha wudia. Na wahwe ni ye. Say ye could to one price at a particular spot. And ye de ejina so de ma kokoo akuafo eboa asese ye toa mesinka wo plan so $13,000 per metric ton cocoa price coin at a particular spot.
February 2025.
Thank you very much. At a particular spot, you know, $13,000 per metric ton. And it's not one you see an farm price cocoa. I'm a for. It doesn't work like that. And what do you mean cocoa to obedient 9,000 with Jamaso now see percentage? No, a average price. And to your share baby a ne wo kese de baby a beto ketwa ne mfimfin baby e kwade de keke nyina bom ni akwakọ divide ansa na ye de agina so e de ama price no. So don't misinform our listeners. The key issue is this. Yeah. It's a clear misinformation. Because if you take one particular price, now we generate no so the argument. Me you know $13,000 and find the same argument. Because the sana media no dia and then ka price and dia and then can keze kwa no kra no wo mo be chick ya around dia beni and this for kra na ko mutwa mama. That is not how it works. Dia tie ni o hwe cocoa what on the previous year, your sales. A fay discounts are offer. Na a fay rollovers are ewoho. Na a fay projection for the coming year. Coming in a boom and wage na so na they fixed price. Okay? And untino sir obi catchra will say oh na 9,000 ewo dwama so enti NPP SCU na na dodan kwa gufado ebema 3,100 cedis a huru the brothers de tie ne se adodan kwa kufuado na omu bu nkonta ne yie oma 3,100 no otua 3,100 no de ono ba ya ne nkonta buo no antwa yie no wo ba beto a dodan kwa kufuado no ede no ede wo de 150 120 beto so e ma ne ko 3,220 wasabu enkonta esa de ko 3,600 afeya wa ma yetirimu aye de yenye ewo koko yetirimu aye de yenimsi a fixed price na the whole year the same price no and na cocoa board etua edema koko ekuafo wo de adu subrana ni afedie me koko no me 3,600 no esubrani wo se me 2,500 na wo bu san konta no na wo krache na na etua wo kan and yes say free office wo. And that is why minority, yeah, kase, SS here around the abbey, yetimi uniform baby out here. The third thing say, one buy an a ye basa, and the cocoa board that baby out in that question. A catch for no one him dear, and well experience, and no one the disadvantage way, and my cocoa board. What I say, you are communum, what pen woman floor, woman no thinking my cocoa board. A poor me a fixed price in a year. No, what pamo? Obu one pamona, one man office be the daily graphic bar and one more passing around. The quality brains have been shifted away.
Okay.
A man more bonny pa anna one more ebuano. Why me this year no queer woman is you cannot make a spot price argument. A bright fixed cocoa price. Number 2. And it said, Osha Yura. Oka jute friend say cocoa bottle. Yeah. There's a cocoa bottle e bo ho adenti enana amanfo e de fertilizer bottle na ye de cocoa egumu. Mo penso nko na me hu say e de fertilizer bottle. Enti say yewura bo ahedu wakra begu ho ebi gu port, ebi gu warehouse, ebi wo ebrochire enyamai ne kotokanya kan nyina no. Die ehunu an say enne o my Ghana ye hunu say fertilizer bottle. And yede offered is a issue again and common idea investment be our risk. I agree, but me can't cocoa pricing say you're not there a buying it in one baby room a buying she say ya one year say what yes I know can any abandon home from na me saka me cocoa na ma hwe baby a me ton cocoa na me nyabo enyeza ohinyeza. Now do one from dia. Then you go with the guarantee price. And to show me friend say usha e bono na me mom na me yire me ho na me yadwuma na me nya kokko no do na me dia ba beton na me nya ntse sika no. Na se die se ekosoro na so mama e ba fom na obete so na aban no di ene na aban no oba mu be yede. The government then becomes absolutely useless in the equation. And your jama farmer no ankasa one scanning market no baby or cotton cocoa ebetimi ayede ebetimi aboa because every investment biano you need to have options. So when na wagya to say wo to no oni options na chem bian say wo na odema wo to dia then you can't do that kind of argument.
Senior what we say And Commander MP before the Nakoya or Time Como.
Time say.
Or Mother for Biche, Cocoa Board, Randy Abbey, Yobose, Randy Abbey, Uncle, and Uncle, Jumasuna Woody.
Oh, and you're
Was saying Cophobia, one more year think of Mason. May think a beer for the past 1 years. There be a cocoa board boca. The cocoa board under the MPP, Uncle Tonko Konya for soda, engineer Kobeja Pon, Timmy Tokai, Kata see when he said, oh, you must have a Tonko, Oko Tonko Coffee and Waboka, she was doing a Tonko, and before Tonko Konya for soda, after your Moboka. Until there, as you say, you won't confirm no be anyone when you hoote after your motor and Moboka.
And now price, I shut it down.
Oh, Chum, take a word, bunny about say asemusi Ghana tell me catch us me tell we not no I am on some more ye e say em na coffee the buy no ye catch MPP aban say aban no mabon enti na Ghana for ye can say inflation akọ 54
I'll come down.
na Cote d'Ivoire for there na ye 5% enti ka say friends the COVID buy no anka Ghana kwa e ka Ghana na ka Cote d'Ivoire ene kokọ bo buy ye ye pese make afo mu se enye obia na okoko border wo ye hwe ensemu a ato Ghana ukoko d'Ivoire na they are the same challenges. That is why I feel asoja fo ngu border ho ba obia fa nko okoko d'Ivoire because we nyato fo ho Cote d'Ivoire go go dem yento enti man pipi ni bia metra akom kwa enche okutupa sa aban bi na nyi na dwuma ye nya eti se Ghana ha nei eno Cote d'Ivoire the reports are bound so mkoko go dem yento Inti wecha will say, you were good managers. Now problem no goes beyond Ghana. And yet Randy Abbey or Tibia MP before dinner to a time kurum and into almost massive cadeso poor, Sanko Fonko demonstration in Tiania one year. Come on, therefore. Muni NDC abayatna, Muni MP abayatna. A binding me in one bar, Muni be a motor. And I make a cham when I say, more ye can't tell Mukoko, she can appear. More a binding more dear Kogu, a bind say. Obuda da no a yemfa mawo ndi safo nya aban ndemuka mo buda da mbotua na kakra aka mo beti no aban se menka nche mo se ebuo ya aban nei enye buo a eba betan wa afebo sabrei awunyehi aba awunyehi asamba bio ni se anka koko board bobra pesika gu ho na kamra mu odin sei na sika na gu ho no ye di bia mesi mochi na kamo haremo NDC ti anye ye ya beto mamboyfo sike okoko board wo modi nyina sike bia ni wo enti mu papa John Dramani Mahama say ye be fa badekuo akoye ntwemu wo ho no obi a wodi mu sika ni bi ama na mu ho chi ni bia Ghana mrakoni no ni bedi se ne say e say ngofo we o modi abonde do
right
na de ya ne say ye di boni we nyina awie mu sika awie mu koko aye ne ma boni wo sector ho man na ho cha ba no o mo si o mu nya ni wuo asa gyan simpie so kekem sa so mo ne domo na muni ha enye to abawie ye fertilizer good dem ya ncha mamo party for ku ho na kefo bunya fertilizer munya nduogu mo mfo so sana ba wadi mfo so na tumi o mu penti eno mo dada na mo ho abeka sem na muntie wo mo ye sebubo se manda aba no aye haw na enkawa John Dramani Mahama onimiye mu bedini yi
but I say so for the punch media go so here one here message na fi me we kakra bi fa Chief Justice report on the Commonwealth President for EC and Special Prosecutor. Good evening, Ofa. The decision to reduce the price of cocoa due to drastic reduction in the world market price is a very painful one, but necessary evil. Therefore, MPP should stay away from this critical issue and concentrate on their fragmented party. My appeal to my fellow cocoa farmers is that they should keep calm. The NDC and JDM will make the necessary corrections and their hope will be restored from say yes. Bookroom and what way a free a buyer. Good evening, Ofa. NDC has deceived the entire nation. Cocoa farmers will forever hold the government to ransom for the reduction of the prices of the cocoa beans. OPK from Akrokere. Good evening, Mr. Host. If there was a debit in cocoa sector, how come the president himself promised that those who haven't heard cocoa farms should farm land to make cocoa farm because it will increase the price massively? How come CEO said Cocoa Ball should sponsor Ghana League, whereby he knew that there was loss? Why does the CEO say Ghana cocoa was positive? The president should stop the propaganda and face it. Kofi Chia from Asin and No. Good evening, Ofa. Please, the MPP rep just said price of gas has been increased. I want to hear from you. Is it true?
Thank you, Ofa. Thank you. Thank you.
Ofa, the NDC man lied. Price of iron rods is never 6,200. I recently purchased building items from Dangote Takrade at the following price. Iron rods 7,200. Gasam cement 115 from Kofi J. Elembele. Okay. Good evening, Ofa. Solomon is making too much. Asking the dollar is down. Has utility bill gone down? Petrol prices are down. Has transport fare gone down? Or please tell Solomon to stop the gender politics. Young Kwadao, Ghana. Please, please tell Solomon Anane is looking good. And the fugu he's wearing, the colors is that. In that the colors in that doesn't like propaganda, so he should desist from doing propaganda. When he was mentioning flagship promise, why didn't he mention free SHS? NDC never again. Thank you. Watch from Wiamuasi. Okay, me bring Timon for encheme just a short time. Now quickly here be kakrebi and for CJ report or the abasawe who prima facie case biafa electoral commission chair na be the chair special prosecutor hontino asem recommend mampania yetwemu bi no so monte ase solo within 3 minutes time na so
Ababa, for the first time in the history of this country we have a Supreme Court. I will be at Nasabokoa. You are assured that justice will be served. Saying a year period the resetting agenda. Wouldn't say a NDC about power case you are called to the opposition of one. I just oh yeah, I finally say Pandai. They were campaign now. You need to wrong. But that is justice. And you see, Rano Mahonkwai say Obia who will be in your journey. Petition and I'm what. On one penny just a conduit. Or the Supreme Court Chief Justice. Watch him. Or since someone more the buy no. Yeah, the home dance and the ball more. Enye. Asem chawa. Onyaka se enye ya mapani ni hwe bia na meboa case da ya mutu. Emoni amamwo. And this is what you have promised the good people of this country. Me dem ade said I've said this time with that number. Say me pese aban bi wa ban mu and a party bi wa ban mu. Na OJJ electoral commission for so. Because sooner or later we go opposition. Na niema anya no the same thing ayo. We should have electoral commissioner. We free-minded people. No more equal playing field to the both government party in government and party in opposition. They should be fair. They should be fair. They should be free. So that your coalition superior message any in some Ghana for your canon must carry the day. And see, whoever is there, irrespective of party, we themselves be before go. But once you are executing your mandate, now mandate no are you free and fair. Now we are fair to all parties, so long for you. Media mami adukwe Jemensa. Dia meni na nya adwenda mi di ne ho yaw nam da so di ne so otemi a mi di ne ho yaw and o yes South for no. Because South was a deliberate sin to the good people of that area. That's when you pass okoto ba no a this stronghold, so you're going to win. Now my 138, my MP for 137. So deliberately for 4 years, people in SA were not represented. And I think say a cardinal sin, a brought in your career as a EC chairperson. Now I don't know how
was it deliberate?
Deliberate. Ultimate fact explanation be a Boapayo, Chibodimuli, Abromuli, Samento. But says Haba, Umanipa Diyaw Nyanchinwa. So be it. Another fine gentleman, but Obaya Oma Yehu, any productive way, a Patajuma Oye, a special prosecutor. Opeja Sabika Kaka, and what be a quabia to one of Bonaccio, except for her journey, not for her journey. Until a car, we're not getting results. And I think that they have to up their game.
Okay.
I am happy that the president have announced it brings finality. But no Bibisa. Say petition you be trying back up now. The answer is no. Oh, you I bet you bas many. But me per se, you be just a be. Say aban bia ba obepamo EC boss na for fraba. But the emra queen no say in Tanzania body there, you friend bonum. And this is what we call the resetting agenda. Right. CJ, John Mahama, Excellency, and him Penifuna, Yadamasi. Right. Mama Hope, and that's all Abagana for. Right. Now say in a mamuti. So look, that's it. But national chairman, they can see into a tea. Was it? Oh, yeah. Say a personal opinion. And I love that. Whereby it's all mechanic. He agrees. Right. And I love that. I love that.
Yedi kan. Enye no krese. Côte d'Ivoire. Price our demand. Ekuyafo. Yateso. The reality is that almost say year say 3,600 Ghana cedis. They said here momo de maya. No, you know na ekoso say here. Chegos ade akwachi o. Me try to tell. And now what they akofom 2,500. And now I have one so mom tiase one more demonstration. I was say nkofo na kwahye wo machi. Hey, there be o person odi akuafo no more demonstration. Odi akua fatam. Tan yonku ho a usi etuadiem. Okay. Na ohene da be kra na enema bo ewa bonten ensem esi abonten ebe affect efie. The only NDC logic na say MPP penso niema si abonten na ebe ka fie dia ene enya bonten na omo penso na asem si abonten na ebe ka efie dia ene asem no abonten. Chief Justice Moyino wontimi nka nkyerɛ me sɛ mobile and resetting agenda at the end of the Supreme Court cases ekonyina no pandai any we say now we echo Supreme Court we are the Chief Justice ho we rubber for money so on here say petition na nkrofo ne aba no ejina enso bi ejina mu a ye na akọ court no Mr. Menye Santina Kramonto no mka say propaganda na out we no enko court no Chief Justice na so establish prime facie say ensuo bi kire mu ana wo say ensuo nyinam petition na ba na ensuo nyinam na the president say afa die je mo de mo ba no where you Chief Justice record that Yewra John Mahama why ye no man Ghana and say apart from Dr. Nkrumah ono the second president where you Chief Justice also ka say mo so na mo ye shalato say well me see Chief Justice. What you say? Oh, why we would you, Mr. Why we would you? So what you say? And all can say, you be punish a man for you be your audit to a cocoa board. You be punishing for any power would Gina offense say Supreme Court, and whether it's High Court or Supreme Court, which is court. You were opening any ragongo. Obey Robertam, we see a High Court. Robertam said, please. Obey Robertam. So, won't crop funty. Sana era at 2 force you trim. You charge Japa edium. Japadia, you charge idiom. Next time, I don't watch Chinkrofon or coffee or but 20 say, no, dear refugee. Ubia or no wajina court no oboto ni say no atwe no oni you don't know the refugee. All right, we enye reset papa bia reset mu fon pa na ye hunu samre. Right, I was for had a very kind ma here the you a punch you know so see but so observe ufugo no nye and a party be careless. Oh, you see, me walk. I want to do. Fugu for the next 1 month. It's an publicity agency. Me koswa. Where she fugu no pa. Me koswa she fugu. Me koswa she. Eti o me se patabe. Eti for. Eti was patabe. Let's. All right. So for penifo no di me and together. Ira Ishak Rubio, strategic communicator at the new patriotic party in our face, Solomon Alani. Strategic communicator, I will tell you say. And I'm in the day. Thank you.
Kennedy Kwekwenchi or Kumau, former communication officer, my MP Kumau, many aunties, so my meaning for our comfort, that from a weekendy and we Kumau, Bodmasi, and Unti, Kennedy Kwekwenchi, Busina, Mr. Fuina, Babbage. I already see a Malaviana Bob and Simeon Mayan. Many Kofi Appiah, Yamia, more channel pap, and then share much you made so. And some more canine, I am from Yakramina. Bye bye.